Mr Mayor and councillors for allowing me to speak on Councillor McCarthy's notice of motion that I wish to support. My name's Max Ryan and I am a daily walker and cyclist on this wonderful coastal recreation path that I have watched for over 10 years progress to its present stage. This very ambitious project has now reached its penultimate stage, which is the most important stage in its history, which has been quite long and involved a tremendous amount of work by a lot of people. Looking back over the project, it has been a long and difficult project that involved many people and a lot of work, but the quality of the construction and design that was achieved has been well worth the effort, because we now have a coastal recreational path to its present stage that Ballina and the council can be proud of. The final stages that traverse the two headlands of Boulders Beach to Lennox Head across to Patmorton Lookout are the most important stages in this whole project. And it would be a tragedy to compromise the quality of the construction and design of this vital part of the project. Because this is the part of the project that the public have been waiting all these years for. And to see it now revert to a sand track with steps will be a great disappointment. Not only to me, but all the people I know have used this path and been waiting to see its final result. The DA approval conditions from June 2014 clearly stated the compacted gravel pathway with no steps. And now the council has amended those hard negotiated conditions to totally reduce the standard of this pathway. Apparently, it looks like to save money. But I must say, it won't save money, because it will eventually result in a huge amount of maintenance. When you look at the weather that we've endured over recent months, that have done a lot of damage to the rivers and the beaches, it's done no damage to the quality of our present pathway because of the standard of construction we've used on it. That pathway hasn't suffered at all. But if we had had that weather over these headlands on the proposal that the council now wants to institute in the construction method, the pathway will be totally destroyed. This project, if it was presented by a private developer all these many years ago, if the developer had survived this long period of discussion and negotiation, finally got a DA in the terms of the present DA that we've seen, and he, the developer, changed the conditions the way this council has changed the conditions. The council would refuse to accept the amendments. And the reason they would refuse to accept them is because it'd be quite obvious that these changes will result in an enormous amount of future maintenance to the proposed track. So why aren't the council concerned now about the future maintenance costs? It would be a great shame to see it allowed to proceed in its present form. I've hiked many of the wonderful walking tracks of New Zealand. I've done the Milford track and the Tasmanian Three Capes track. These are international walks, and they've been constructed to a very high standard of surface and design for long-term safety to the user and to the endurance of the project. And I've seen on the contrary the New South Wales Parks and Wildlife, who manage the very well-known Angari walking track, constructed of sand and gravel. And throughout all the various weather storms that we've had, each time those tracks have been washed away. They've had to come back and reconstruct them, and they're still doing that. It's a total waste of money and quite incompetent. So please take into consideration these issues and look at the bigger picture of what's involved here. This is the final stage of one of Ballina's most important projects that's been undertaken over the last 10 years. And it will become a prime walking path that will be very important to tourists who come to Ballina. They should see the continuation of the quality that they've presently seen in this path. They've seen a wonderful path. They'll get to Sharps Beach, they'll start walking up the hill and they'll say, what's happened? Why has the quality disappeared in this wonderful project? So please, councillors and council, don't let this happen. Thank you for